Wait, hold on. Still loading. Don't know why it's loading. Hi, it's Mark, your Madison Cork Dork. Yesterday I talked about Zweigelt, an Austrian grape known for high quality. Today I'll be going over a grape from France that has been taken off in South Africa, and that grape is Chenin Blanc. So why am I doing these videos? Well, the majority of you have probably heard of some of these varietals: Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, Merlot, Riesling, Moscato. I, however, would like to introduce you to grapes that you've probably never even heard of. At the beginning of each video, I will remind you of a few things. First and foremost, anyone can learn how to smell and taste wine. Like all foods and drinks, taste and smell are chemistry. So when we say that we're smelling blackberries or we're tasting crushed black pepper, we're not making this up. With time, you can train to seek out individual smells. Swirl your wine glass, close your eyes, and think about what individual fruits or wood or flowers or minerals, etc., that you are smelling or tasting. And this will help you appreciate wine. I'll keep bringing up several terms that I'll define at the beginning of each video. So you obviously already know whether a wine is dry or sweet. Body is the mouthfeel you have when you taste wine. It's analogous to milk. If it feels like whole milk, that's full-bodied. If it's like skim milk, it's light-bodied. And if it's 2%, it's a medium-bodied wine. You can also guess the body by the tears, or sometimes referred to as legs, that form on the glass after you swirl it. If the tears take a long while to form, it's a full-bodied wine. If they come and go quickly, it's a light-bodied wine. Tannin is the astringency you feel in your mouth that some wines have. If it makes you go like, or if it feels like your tongue is sticking to the side of your teeth or to the roof of your mouth, that's tannin. Now, acidity is how watery your mouth feels after swallowing. The more watery, the higher the acidity. All wines are acidic because they have a lower pH level than water. This is probably something that you went over in middle school or high school chemistry. Now, regarding alcohol, outside of the label, you can guess it by how much the wine burns at the top of your throat when it goes down. You can guess how much alcohol is in the wine by how far away you can hold the glass before you can smell it. The further away, the higher the alcohol. For example, you can smell a Zinfandel from maybe even this far away, but a Moscato, you might need to be this close. Okay, so on to the grape itself. Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc originated in the Loire Valley and has taken off in South Africa. If you see a bottle of French wine that's labeled Vouvray, you can be absolutely certain that it's 100% Chenin Blanc. Vouvray is a city in France in the Loire Valley, and Vouvray is referencing the land that is around the city. It's also the #1 planted grape in South Africa, and it has been speculated that Chenin Blanc was introduced in South Africa in the mid to late 1600s. One of the theories is that the French Huguenots who were being persecuted by the Catholic Church decided that South Africa was a safe haven, and apparently Chenin Blanc was the grape that they felt needed to be taken with them and planted. I suppose South Africa is probably the furthest you can get away during that time period. Chenin Blanc is a very versatile grape. It can be light-bodied or aromatic, dessert wine, or even used in sparkling wine or sparkling wine itself. Chenin Blanc is a wine that an untrained taster can have trouble with. It varies quite a bit based on terroir, which is basically the climate, microclimate specific soil area that the wine is grown in, or how it was aged, like what kind of barrels were used when aging Chenin Blanc, and also a vintage variation. Different vintages have dramatically different tastes. Especially France is very much susceptible to this. Ideally, French vineyards go for what's called for noble rot when it comes for Chenin Blanc. Noble rot is a gray fungus that, if properly controlled on the grapes, can increase the level of sweetness of the wine. So I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's how they roll, I guess. So what can you expect from Chenin Blanc? Well, it's a medium light bodied white wine. It can range from very dry to semi sweet and has very low amount of tannin, if any at all. Chenin Blanc is very high in acidity and has an average amount of alcohol. This wine is meant to be drunk in a white wine glass, if you have one, and served at 45 to 55 degrees. Should you have the patience, Chenin Blanc can be stored anywhere from 5 to 10 years. You can spend around $27 for a good bottle of Chenin Blanc wine, which obviously isn't all that cheap, but of course they can be lower price as well. I know that at World Market we sell a bottle of Vouvray for somewhere around $12, and I've had it and it is fantastic. Really awesome stuff. So regarding taste and smells, Chenin Blanc, the following fruits, etc., that you can experience are quince, yellow apple, pear, chamomile, and honey. Now you can pair it with Thai or Vietnamese food for a fun experience. So if you're already a fan of Chardonnay, you might want to give this versatile white wine a try. Anyway, this is Mark, your Madison Cork Dork. Join me tomorrow at 3 o'clock when I go over a French grape that took hold in the Rhone River Valley. And thank you very much for watching.